since your soda's already open, I'm gonna do mine. Oh my goodness.
What are you drinking?
I'm actually having a little lemon lime seltzer. I had so much coffee this morning that I don't think I could have a Diet Coke right now. I'll like collapse on the floor.
I have a Mountain Dew Code Red.
Oh my God, Jesus.
Hello, welcome to the ParkTalk podcast with Alicia and Naynay. My name is Alicia, and joining me, of course, is Naynay.
Hello. Wow, I'm so excited to have a Kiki. We haven't done an episode in so long.
We had a mini-sode from the French Parisian cafe at Epic Universe, if you remember, which might have gone on longer had my phone had space to record more.
You know what's so funny is that I didn't know you had uploaded that episode, and I was hanging out with my friend in the park on that same trip, and I was like, oh yeah, me and Alicia recorded a little mini episode, and he's like, oh yeah, I already listened to it. I was like, oh my God, it's already out?
We were supposed to record a bigger thing 2 days later.
Yeah.
We were going to do the face paint at Darkmoor and everything, and it wasn't meant to be, and I couldn't make it back to the park, so that'll have to wait for another time.
Next time, I'm coming back in 2 months. I got invited to a test track preview for this weekend for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And why was I low-key thinking of flying over? And I was like, damn, if I didn't have lunch plans already, I would be there.
I love that you're going to come for the third redo or the second redo of an existing ride, as if it's like I wouldn't even fly over for Epic Universe opening, you know? To me, you have a trip planned already. You're going to be here in a couple months. Although with Spaceship Earth closed, are you just not going to come?
Oh my gosh. I was going to say my priorities are very different. I just learned that Spaceship Earth is going to be closed during my next trip, and I had a full meltdown, a full crash out. And I'm telling you, if it wasn't for HHN, I promise you I would cancel my entire trip. Spaceship Earth.
I feel like it's not even just for HHN. If we hadn't already purchased RIP for HHN, I feel like you would back out.
Literally, I'm supposed to be hanging out with my friend Jess, and that's one of the things that we love so much. And I was like, Jess, it's gonna be closed. What do we do? What are we just gonna stare at the walls? I guess I'm just gonna rerun Test Track over and over again because there's nothing else to do. Well, actually, Living with the Land.
Without giving any spoilers, because I'm going to ride Test Track in a few days, you are excited for Test Track, are you not?
I have watched about 8 different POVs already. And I've watched one of the POVs because, when you watch the different POVs, they kind of have different run-throughs, and there's one that you prefer more than the other. The video that I enjoyed the most as far as the 8 POVs that I watched that one probably about 5 times now. And without giving anything away, I am obsessed. I'm so shocked that they made this in 2025 because it's giving such old, I can't say anymore, but I'm so shocked. I'm shocked and surprised. I did not think that they were going to go in this direction, and I am eating it up. So I think that having Test Track open and Spaceship Earth not open, that's kind of going to be fine for me because it almost makes up for the fact that Spaceship Earth is closed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Those are my thoughts. And I know that my thoughts have been different than everyone else's. Most people do agree with me, but I've already talked to 2 other people who did do the preview and they were actually there. And we had some conflicting opinions. So, I'm interested to see how you feel about it.
Oh, I didn't know there was any negative reactions to it yet.
Not negative. They just, I don't think that they gagged as hard as me. I was shaking, trembling, and they were like, oh, I'm not shaking or trembling. It's yeah. And I was like, oh, no, I'm passing away. Who's in charge?
Because the last version really didn't do it for me.
Same.
The first time I wrote it, I was like, oh, it's different. And that was about it.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, we used to joke back then that we were going to bring the Tron Legacy soundtrack and sync it up. And then that might make it better because if it played that music, then it could be full blown Tron instead of generic store brand Tron.
Sure.
But I barely wrote it. And before that, I used to single ride all the time, and I still I don't know. And then now that it's been gone, I kind of miss it. And I realize, oh, it's actually an essential part of Epcot, and that I require it, even though I don't think that I like it. So I want to like it the way that I used to like it.
I will say,
back when we were Crash Test Dummies on it.
Oh, it's not giving Crash Test Dummy at all.
No, I know, but I liked that version better than Tron
Sure.
Track.
Yeah, so Tron Track felt very, very sterile and cold and lifeless with no charm.
Yeah.
And I definitely feel like we got that charm back only in the ride portion. I gotta say that I wasn't really too fond of the queue or the post show. Did not gag over the queue or the post show at all. I was like, oh damn, it's still giving sterile,
but is
cold,
OnStar
lifeless.
still on the ride?
Who's that?
Never mind.
Girl,
At the start of
too,
the Tron
that's too deep of a cut.
It'd be like OnStar activated. It's like a little tie-in. Never mind. I don't even think
No.
OnStar's a thing anymore, and it was still on the ride a few months ago when it was still, or last year when it was open.
Yeah.
God, has it been closed a whole year already?
You ride on Wednesday? When do you ride?
Yeah, I ride on your birthday.
Woohoo! Oh my gosh, that'll be the best birthday present. And also, that's good that you have a morning time because some people had an afternoon time and they were like so scared about like the storm, or I don't know if there has been a storm, but it looked kind of cloudy.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, Sky got us a time. I think it's like at 10 or something.
Amazing. I can't wait. I will need a full in-depth text message from you afterwards, which usually those texts are pretty, limited. You give me like a good 5 words, but it's the best 5 words you can use in your arsenal.
Like while I'm in the Connections Cafe eating a chicken General So salad, yeah, with a liege waffle. Why are we here today? Like, what was the actual topic? Was that what I kept joking we were going to talk about pizza boxes?
Yeah, which, by the way, those pizza boxes are so gaggy. I'm obsessed.
I'm going back to Epic Universe on Tuesday, but it's my last ticket I actually have purchased. It was a reschedule from a different day. And I'm like, I don't want to eat at Pizza Moon again. I just ate there, but I also want a box. So like,
yeah,
I'm going to like, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend that I'm seated with another party and just be like, hey, can I sit here for a minute? And then I'm going to go up and ask, can we get a box? I use the phrase we, so they assume that I'm with that other family. I'm going to linger in line next to someone else and pretend and then just wander behind them. I have a whole plan now.
Amazing.
You know what? I might actually do that. I'm crazy enough to do it.
I had a fantastic meal. Like, I was shocked at how good it was at God, what's the other Harry Potter the Goblet Noir?
Yeah, I've had the Coco Vin twice there. It's delicious.
It's so good. It's so good. Okay, yeah. So
what did you eat? What did you eat there?
I had I think is it a schnitzel? It was like basically the schnitzel with the mushroom gravy on top and the fries.
Yeah. Oh God, I never tried that. Do I need to go back there and try that?
It is fabulous. It comes with the mushroom gravy. If I'm not mistaken, it comes with it on it. And then they give you an extra side of mushroom gravy for you to just like keep dousing. It was amazing. And then I was also dipping my fries in it. It was wonderful. It was sort of like empty and dead. There was not a lot of people in there.
No, I know. I'm afraid they're going to close it down.
I know. I'm afraid it's going to become like a break room or something.
Yeah, it really is dead in there. It's oddly quiet too. Even when there's like some people in there, it's so quiet.
Yeah, I just think that no one knows that it exists, to be honest.
Which is crazy because like it's not like Nocturne Alley. It's not a hidden alley. It's like a straight up like lit open air thing. So
yeah, but
it's
the entrance
weird.
looks sus. The entrance looks sus. It's not like a full like marquee entrance where you're like, oh, what's this? Like you're like, oh, it kind of looks like it could be like a bathroom.
I mean, it really does look like the entrance to the bathrooms, like right next to it. Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, no, we were. We never did like a podcast after Muppets closed.
Oh my gosh!
So originally, I wanted to. Yeah, you just saw. Oh, the fountain gone.
Yes. Oh my god!
And Bio's posting
shaking.
aerials. Yeah, Bio Rikajak posting aerial, like as Derek Bergen says, he's twisting the knife this weekend.
Yeah.
But it does look like they cleanly removed everything from the fountain, and everyone's like, oh, good, maybe they're going to like move the Miss Piggy fountain over to Rock and Roller Coaster. And I'm like, no, they're going to make a new fountain for Monsters Incorporated. There's a reason they're cleanly removing everything is so they can utilize the fountain base, not so they can utilize the figures.
I mean, I would love to see like them put glow in the dark paint all over like the Miss Piggy like Piggy Statue of Liberty, and then like maybe have it a part of the ride track for the attraction, like for a Rock and Roller Coaster when it gets converted over, and it's kind of like a fun Easter egg that you zoom past like really quickly. Think about it like the Soarin' Over California like Hidden Mickey, where it's like on the golf ball and it just like flashes in a second. That would be fun. Or like, weren't there other characters in the fountain? Wasn't there like a was there a Gonzo or was there not a Gonzo? Was it
I
maybe
think
just a
Gonzo
Fozzie?
was directing and Fozzie was filming. It was a
Okay,
full-on
got it.
production.
Interesting. I wonder why they went out of their way to remove those. Like,
Well, they turned. I think she used to spin too,
right,
and then
right.
they
I saw a
then they
video.
had her facing one way, and then when they ripped the Streets of America out, they ripped her out and moved her differently. For a while, she was a planter. I think they were working on the pipes when they turned the Pizza Planet into Pizza Rizzo, and then she became a fountain again. But we had a wonderful last day
Yeah.
at the Muppets Courtyard area. All the way, when was that? I feel like that was 6 months ago.
It was weird because I was sort of expecting it to be super sad and somber, but it was so fun and the energy was so high and it was like a celebration. It just felt like a giant birthday party. I loved it. I had so much fun.
I hope my funeral's like that. I want a celebration of my life, you know? I feel like that was a celebration of the life of the attraction and the area more than it was a depressing, like, you know, farewell. And I guess we all know it's going to be reincarnated as Rock and Roller Coaster. So, like, we have, I don't want to say some hopes, like, at least it gets some, it's still going to be in the park to some degree. Like, us Muppet fans can still go and pay pilgrimage to the Muppets. I think 90% of me not being excited for this new version of the attraction is because I don't currently like Kermit's voice.
I don't either.
And I know,
Oof,
like, I understand the situation as best as I can understand it as a casual fan currently of the Muppets. Like, I used to be a huge fan in the 80s and 90s of the Muppets. Now I'm just a casual fan because that's the best I can hope for. Otherwise, I would be constantly disappointed. Who was playing him before? Was it Steve Whitmire before?
I don't know. But even
they fired him and we lost Rizzo's voice forever because of like differences in opinions. I understand sometimes characters go in different directions, but it's weird to have Kermit be the one to get a new voice out of all the characters. And I don't want to go off on a tangent here, but a few years ago on one season of The Masked Singer, they had Kermit be a masked singer. And everyone knew, like, we all knew, oh, it sounds like a Muppet. It kind of sounds like a fake voice. It sounds like a Muppet. It almost sounded like Skeeter. Like, no one could figure out. Some people were guessing, is it Miss Piggy? Like, we couldn't figure out who it was. And then he takes off the mask, and inside this giant snail costume was Kermit the Frog. And the reason no one guessed is because he doesn't sound like Kermit the Frog.
Right.
That should have been, like, eye-opening for the Disney Corporation.
Did you see, so Steve was at the Muppets, he was there for the last day.
Yes.
I saw like a couple videos, we didn't get to see him in person. No, I think we did see him in person, maybe like walking by, but I saw a couple videos of him. He like will not do the voice. He's like not doing it. He like refuses.
He did Rizzo though.
No, I know. He was not doing the Rizzo voice in any of the videos.
He wasn't one. I saw him do one.
Oh, okay. I didn't see. I saw like two different videos where I was like, oh, like he was like with like a little Rizzo puppet or with like a Rizzo, you know, whatever.
No,
and he's like,
I thought
cool.
I saw him do a Rizzo voice with the really realistic one, the one that like they were like threatening to kick that person out of the park because their Muppet was too good.
Oh, okay. Then maybe he was doing it. I just didn't see the video because I was like, oh my gosh, like is he okay? Is he not doing it? Like, can he not do it anymore? Like, what's going on?
He was doing it. He was doing it. It's okay.
Okay,
I
good.
swear.
Okay.
I saw him do it once. I forgot whose video that was, but I saw it. I saw it happened.
Yeah, so the new Kermit voice. But I mean, how do we really think that Kermit is going to be a prominent character of the new Rock and Roller Coaster ride? I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but he is pictured in the poster.
I think like he's going to get a little cameo at some point, but I really think it's going to be, what is the band called? Mayhem? Something Mayhem?
Electric Mayhem.
Electric Mayhem. That's the whole re-theme seems like it's going to be about them. So we'll see. I'm sure that everyone will make a little cameo in the pre-show. Whatever they end up doing, it'll happen. But yeah,
like the Disney. See, that's how casual of a fan I am of the Muppets now. I haven't even seen the Disney Plus show, which actually is supposedly good.
Oh, is it?
See, exactly. We're fake fans.
I've never been a Muppets stan. I love the Muppets aesthetically, but will I ever sit down to like put on a program and like spend time doing that? Absolutely not. But I won't really do that with anything. I don't imagine you as
someone who sits down and puts on many programs in general, honestly.
Nothing. Yeah, I don't watch anything because I don't have the attention span for it. So like I love the Muppets aesthetically and like I love them in a theme park, you know, setting, and I've been to the Jim Henson lot a couple times, and I've done Puppet Up. I've done the whole thing, and I love them aesthetically, but I will never sit down and watch anything. So I don't know,
I
like
love
I
it
haven't
when they're
watched
like
things.
guests on a talk show or like
Oh,
presenting
Joan
at the
Rivers,
Oscars.
Joan Rivers and Miss Piggy. Oh my gosh, have you seen like their little cameos together?
I think I have. I
They're just
remember.
like
Yeah,
dragging
no, I
each other
have.
through the mud. It's so
Yeah,
good.
that's the kind of stuff I like the Muppets. I like them to when they're just like exist in the real world, and sometimes they play characters in movies. Like I much prefer them be in a movie not as themselves, like Muppet Christmas
Yeah.
Carol or something.
Yeah.
Like I want them to just be actors, and sometimes you cast them as characters in movies. Like I don't want
So good.
the rehash of the same old Muppet story.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I get that.
no, but I did want
Anyway.
to talk about that park because I wanted to talk about Animation Courtyard.
Oh, yes.
Anyone who's been following the rumors for supposedly executives at Disney just had like a big meeting or something, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, fifth gate," and then like the hubbub about the fifth gate came out because of the. We'll get to that. But
Yes.
the Len Testa has multiple times said that they have a plan for the Animation Courtyard area, and they will reveal it. Originally, I think he was like putting forth the theory that they might reveal it on grand opening day for Epic Universe, to try to steal away some thunder. But like I thought that would be unwise. You don't want to like take attention away. Save it for one of your big paid events, Disney.
Agreed.
So supposedly just last week he said that like they've locked in the plans for the replacement for the Animation Courtyard area at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and probably maybe will be revealed at the next D23 or something. I don't know. So what are I think we've mentioned it before, but what are your current theories on what this could be?
Oh my goodness. Are there any theories out there right now?
There
'Cause
are
Little Mermaid just got
competing. Yes.
Okay.
And I wonder, okay, did you see the like behind the scenes photos and video from inside of the animation building that they just posted a few days ago for Lilo and Stitch? And I made the joke online that like, why does it look like a Zillow listing? Like the photos are empty. It's just like, look at this beautiful building. It's now for sale. It's unchanged since 2003. Like it really looked like a Zillow listing. But they did that little tour, and like, are they like taking photos because they're going to demolish this whole building finally? Is this like their way of cataloging it for like preserving, because like there's murals on the wall and stuff, and there's art that's been like painted by the animators. So yeah, if they remove that building and the parking garage behind it, they could build backward and maybe not even lose the Little Mermaid show. That's a huge area.
Oh, I hope so. I love that show. I love that show so much. I watched it 3 times in my one trip.
I do like it very much, and I like said in my vlog that like I think I said the technology was more impressive than the old one. Like it feels more modern.
For sure.
And someone commented, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, yeah, no, seriously, the technology is much more modern than lasers. Yes, digital projection is modern, and lasers are not. Like that's a fact.
And I'm just so glad I get to like sit in the audience and not get soaking wet from like sprinklers.
Like I don't remember that.
That's how the lasers were projected into the audience. They would literally turn
the
water
giant
on.
Fog. No wonder there was always a mildew in that building. Yeah, the mist.
No, it's water. They would literally pour. And one time I went on it, and I don't know, like it was supposed to be a fine mist, I'm sure, but it just wasn't. Like I was getting wet. Like I'm like, oh my God, please.
So maybe that's why I never like. It looks like a water effect above you from the way like they used to do at the old illuminations. They had like the laser water effect in the sky, and that worked because of the fireworks smoke.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I like the show, but I do wonder if there is a plan to replace Animation Courtyard, if it's part of it, or if it builds so far back that it doesn't need to replace it. I don't know. That whole area is going to be so weird. The whole park is so weird with all of its like dead ends and like small. There's no like defined lands. Yeah. Like if Epic Universe has defined lands that you enter portals, Hollywood Studios is the exact opposite. It's just like clumps of stuff, barely disassociated, and like, and then like for some reason, Galaxy's Edge is perfectly encapsulated separately.
Right, and I wouldn't say that Epic Universe has the best flow. You know, like with the portal concept, I wouldn't say that it has good flow.
Right, it has its ups and downs because of the design.
Right. but it's so organized that my brain loves it. I'm like, oh, this is exactly like how my brain wants a park to be laid out.
Yeah,
Whereas
it's
in
like going to
Hollywood
New
Studios
York
is so
City
bad.
and you're like, this is how city should be. I understand the grid like instantly,
Yeah.
and I know how to get anywhere because the numbers go up and down and left and right. It's so easy. And then you go to like Hollywood Studios and they're like, wait, where are we? We have to walk all the way back? What? I'm standing right behind this other building and I have to go all the way back down Sunset Boulevard.
Oh my gosh, this is so
maybe
funny.
they'll build a loop to Muppets, but no, the rumors for the last year or so have been, well, originally Monstropolis. We know that's not going the Animation Courtyard. Springfield,
No.
Zootopia,
No.
and what was the third one? I'm throwing Bluey in the ring. Let's throw a little Bluey there.
I'm down.
Hey, remember when they announced Bluey was going to come to the parks? What happened with that?
He just like didn't.
Hey, Bluey's a girl.
Oh yeah, I forget.
She went to the cruise line, I think.
I don't know if she did or I didn't see any photos of her in the cruise line, but she was supposed to debut in the cruise line first.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's because it's only like Australian cruises. We don't know anyone.
I guess. Lol.
I can't remember what the third thing was. I swear there was a third concept that people were floating around. Maybe it's Incredibles. It might be Incredibles. That seems like something Disney would do. And they're making another Incredibles movie, so it's possible.
Ooh,
I don't know. Is that actually
love
confirmed?
Incredibles.
I think they're making another Incredibles movie.
Oh, wait. I would love the Incredibles. Like my money's on that because that's what I want to see the most. And also I love anything mid-century modern. I know that they would devour with the Incredibles. I do not want Zootopia because the ride is going to be a clone of whatever they have in wherever in Shanghai.
Maybe it could be different.
It's Runaway Railway. It's
it could
Runaway
be different.
Railway.
You never know.
I do know. They're not doing that. They're going to copy paste.
I want Zootopia. I don't care if it's the same ride. I don't care. I want it. I want the popsicle. I want to meet Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde. I don't care.
Which the popsicle is a cake pop, right? It's not ice cream, if I'm not mistaken, or is it?
No.
Okay, so the you know how they have the ginormous one. So I think that the small ones that look like the little paw print are actual popsicles, but there's a ginormous one that's like meant for a giant animal. The giant one is a cake pop, if I'm not mistaken. Someone correct me.
Well, no one wants a giant like gallon of fruit juice frozen on a stick. That would melt before you could eat it. It would just be everyone would be stained red. I get it. So like it's the giant like Simpsons donut that isn't actually a donut, it's just a cake.
It is a donut.
No, it's a cake.
It's not a donut for you guys?
No, is yours?
Ours is a donut. Ours is an actual donut.
Oh, ours is like a straight up, it looks like a donut, but then you cut into it and you're like, oh, that's cake.
Wait, are you joking?
Mm-mm.
Yours is not a donut?
I don't think so. I think
ours is an actual giant donut. Ours is like a doughy, like yeasty donut. Not even a cake donut, like a yeast donut.
Oh no, ours cuts like cake.
What?
Like sponge cake. I'm gonna have to buy it now just to see if I'm crazy.
Why is no one talking about this?
It's like the Dufftober Duff beer thing. Like it's our local brewery that makes it, so it's different from yours. So maybe our donut's different too.
Oh, I asked them like a couple weeks ago whether like the Duff beer was just like a generic beer that they renamed, and the guy was like, no, it's its own thing.
Yeah, it's made special for the park, but I think it's brewed locally by your people, and ours is brewed locally by our people. It's a Tampa brewery that makes ours, or at least the Dufftober special one. I don't know if it's the normal Duff beer. I just assumed it was Bud Light with like a label change, which would be so on theme.
That's what a Flaming Moe is. A Flaming Moe is just like an orange crush or whatever, right? There's nothing special about it.
Or Buzz Cola is just cherry Coke Zero with double cherry syrup. But at least they made a difference to it. At least there's actually something different.
I love it.
Wait, we're off topic.
Anyway.
Wait, they might announce something, they might not. I don't know. I'm excited for that area to get replaced because I don't care about Launch Bay.
Oh, God,
I have no emotional attachment to Launch Bay. Monstropolis, what I'm actually looking forward to, like I would normally be looking forward to, replace Muppets, so I'm kind of sad about it. But Launch Bay, no, it needs to go. I'm sorry, there's only so many photos I can get out with a glued down blue glass of milk before I realize why is this still here.
And honestly, here's the thing. Like, I am a huge Disney Junior live on stage person, like whatever it's called, Disney Junior Dance Party. Like, I
Yeah.
think that it's great. I think that it's important for kids. And I also, as a fully grown adult, I love it. Like, I go and watch the show all the time in California Adventure. But whatever version of it that you guys have right now, where there is no show and the doors are open and you walk in and there's just like three random characters like jiggling
Which
around,
is
that's
crazy.
a
That's
no.
exactly what they were doing in the
No.
Barney Theater before DreamWorks Land took over, where they
Yeah.
had just DreamWorks characters in there. There was no actual show. It was kind of like every 15 minutes they'd rotate out different characters, and then they'd do like, they were literally doing trivia. Like, hey, what's this person's favorite food? And I'm like, what is going on in this space? And then it reopens with a brand new show and like a whole new land. And it's like, that's what happens when shows go to die. They just become walk-in dance parties that are constant.
Yeah, yeah, because you don't have to pay, any equity performers or whatever they have. You just
Oh yeah,
basically
that's
pay
true. They were just regular team members. That I see. I haven't actually walked in our Disney Junior because the characters that are on stage aren't even ones that like my daughter knows now.
No, yeah, they're old, which I love that because they were old ones. Well, not old ones, but like it was
Like
what's the
Vampirina's
Dracula
still
girl?
there.
Vampirina.
Yeah,
It was
Vampirina.
And Doc
Vampirina
McStuffins.
and Dog Stuffins. Those are shows that like my nieces liked, and they're like grown now.
Yeah. But that version of it can die. Like I don't want that. And I love Disney Junior, but it's like you either need to do a full stage show or don't take up this much space for me to like walk in and have like a couple moving lights and like two random characters like shaking that nobody knows who they even are. So that can go too.
I have to imagine the Frozen sing along is still packing them in to some extent. I know some people that always like it's an always go to, but at a certain point you got to move on and maybe, cater to the next generation of kids. So maybe Bluey could get a stage show in that theater where you can actually fill it. Because you need you need the seats. Like originally I was joking, or not joking, but originally I was saying like the Mickey Shorts Theater should have like a Bluey thing or something. That theater's not big enough. I don't think you need to cater to like a Beatles size audience for the Bluey show. So maybe the sing along theater becomes Bluey. And if you need it to be a dance party, you rip out all those seats. You do what you need to do if you need to. And then they can tear down the current, whatever is going on behind Brown Derby and make that part of the new land. If that land isn't going to be Bluey, which I doubt it would be because they don't actually own that franchise. So I don't see that. Like a meet and greet, maybe a show at most is best I can hope for. But yeah, no, I think Incredibles could happen, but like that's a lot of Pixar in that park. It literally is just Lucasfilm, Pixar, and Runaway Railway in that park.
I'm fine with that. I'm on the side of the spectrum where I want them to just shove everything into one park. So if you're going to do Pixar, I don't want to see Pixar across the board, across all the parks. I want one park to have all the Pixar so that like if I want to avoid Pixar, I can easily avoid it. That's how I think about it.
Don't talk about Pixar like you're avoiding it when Pixar is struggling in theaters to get people to go. Poor Pixar. Poor Pixar.
I'm like, girl, put Cars in this park.
Oh, I keep forgetting. See, Cars is so successful, it doesn't even read as Pixar to me. Like Disney has like turned that into their franchise.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, they're building a location from Planes, which isn't even a Pixar film. It's a Disney film in the same universe.
Yeah, that'll be very interesting. I will say that the new drawing concept art looked amazing. Like I was like, maybe it's just the art style that I'm like obsessed with, but it looks so. I was like, wow, I'm actually so excited for this. And also,
I think it's just more fleshed out. Like I think they just did a more realistic job of this is what they're actually building, and then people are like, oh, that's not so bad.
Also, really quick, this last trip, I did all the river activities for the first time in my entire life, which I know you also just did for the first time ever. And
oh my god, yes!
After doing it. And obviously, I'm coming from Disneyland, which our river, there's so much love poured into our river activities and just all the offerings that after experiencing Magic Kingdom's version, I was like, burn it down immediately, like demolish it tomorrow.
Is yours? Is there narration on? You have a riverboat too, right? I'm so out of the loop here.
It's incredible. We have a riverboat. There's narration on that, which they've completely redone for there to be Princess and the Frog music.
Ours hasn't been redone in 48 years. Like it feels exactly like it was probably originally written when for that version. Because our boat ride, the current version of it's been around, I think 48 years. Like it's almost as old as the park. That narration, I don't want to be controversial.
I know. No, it's so bad. It's so bad.
It's from another time.
Right. You can have some like classic little stuff in there. Like, for example, I love the Mark Twain, which I'm so
Yeah.
surprised that you guys have that, because we have it because our boat's called the Mark Twain. And so we still have that. You guys have that. That's a cute, like, little nod. Love it. But everything else for us is so fun. And like, we have Princess and the Frog music. And when you come up to like Bayou Adventure, it's like, that's Princess Tiana's party. Like, maybe you can splash down the bayou. And that, everything has been completely redone. Our island, there's so much life on our island. Jack Sparrow does a meet and greet set every single day that he's there. He does 1 to 2 meet and greet sets on the island. And then he does the rest of the meet and greet sets on the mainland, like walking through pirates and whatever. So there's always just like
we have 2 soda machines that haven't been stocked in 30 years that still have old logos on them. Like our island has been so neglected that they don't even restock the forget opening the Polly's whatever snack cafe.
Yeah, Aunt Polly's. And then also another thing that I really love, and it's also character related. So Tiana is always on the Mark Twain. She will always do a couple sets where she rides around. Pocahontas, this is brand new. They just started doing this literally like a couple weeks ago. Pocahontas gets on a canoe, the Davy Crockett canoes or whatever they're called, and they do not load it with guests. It's literally just her and a cast member in the back, cast member in the front, and she will do a lap around the rivers of America just for fun. Just for funsies.
Just for fun.
And I don't think she's allowed to put her paddle in the water. I don't know, like if there's like a rule with the performers. So she kind of like, they give her like a paddle or a row or whatever they're called. And she doesn't really stick it in the water, but she sort of like pretends like she's rowing and she waves from the water. So in one given time, you will see Princess Tiana on the Mark Twain. You'll see Pocahontas riding around on a canoe around the river, waving at guests, and then Jack Sparrow's on the island doing meet and greets. Like, it's insane. It's so fabulous.
Meanwhile, we have narration that's 48 years old, the most bugs you've ever seen in your life in one place, and outdated, borderline offensive not animatronics, but moving figures. Right. It can go. I'm done. it was fine. It's time to go.
Yes, it's outdated. Yes, it was, whatever, not culturally, aligned. But my biggest problem with it was it's not accessible. Like, it was barely accessible for me. I'm like, wait, how is this still here?
No, you're talking about the Tom Sawyer Island. I'm talking about I'm still on the riverboat because I never done it in my entire life. Tom Sawyer Island I've done before. I'm talking about the riverboat, the narration of the riverboat. There are things that are like not aligned with today's views in Tom Sawyer Island, but at least they're from a book. This is something Disney invented for the riverboat and then never updated. Like, that's what's weird to me. Like, there's no excuse. The map has some not great words on it for Tom Sawyer Island, but it's from the book. So it's like it gets a pass for me. It's like from another era, but it's like at least it's literary. What excuse does Disney World have with like their inclusion key leaving some of the stuff on this boat ride? I think like they just no one rides it. I think no one from Disney, no executive has been on this boat ride in 30 years and they just don't know it's still going. It's never been updated. I thought it was like a relaxing ride around the river. I didn't realize it has constant narration. If anything, it's annoying. Like, it's just constant.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tom Sawyer Island, no, it is incredibly inaccessible. And I like walking off of the raft at Tom Sawyer Island and just getting to the island. The first step up is already like 1.5 steps tall. Like, just to get on the island is already like a 1.5 normal steps. And the second I walk up that step, I'm like, what? Like, that already it's from an era before like the ADA required a certain amount of inches for steps.
Of course,
like, it's already not ADA accessible from one step. And then the incline and the narrowness of pathways. Okay. So I went after I injured my leg. And this is after I still had the boot on my foot, but I could bend my leg finally because I had months where I could not bend my knee. So I'm like, okay, now let's go do Tom Sawyer before they close it. And I'm in that first cave. I'm in one of the caves, and the grade is so strong, like it's like declining at a weird angle that I had to back out. I'm like, I can't do this cave. I can't control my leg enough to walk down this grade. Like, if I was there's no way a wheelchair can access any of that island. Absolutely none of it. There's no way, let alone someone with a mild ankle injury.
Yeah.
So like we were the funniest thing was at the fort, there's that escape hatch. Like, if you need to get out of the fort real quick, did you go through that?
The escape
It's like
hatch?
it's like a back at the back right of the fort. There's like
Oh, yes. I did it.
an emergency hole that you can walk out, and it's like
Yes.
another cave that comes out through
Yep.
the back of the island.
Yes.
That I scraped my shoulder because I'm too wide to go through this cave. It was so tight. I tried to film with my phone, and I'm like, I'm gonna break my phone into one of these walls. It's like I get it, like it's like an escape hatch in case like we're being invaded and we need to get out of here fast. There's animatronic horses and stuff, and like people say, what about the guns? What about the rifles pointing out at Thunder Mountain with the rifles that fire? They go pew pew pew, like they sound like real gunshots.
That's crazy, but also I can't talk about the rifles because I don't know if your Winnie the Pooh ride has it, but our Winnie the Pooh ride, Pooh is sleeping next to a giant rifle in our Winnie the Pooh ride at Disneyland. Have you seen that before?
Why?
So, like the scene where he's like sleeping and then like it sort of like looks like he's like about to start like daydreaming and then, or not daydreaming, but he dreams and then you go to Heffalumps and Woozles. There's a massive rifle right next to him.
But why?
I think it's like, he's like sleeping by the door in case like a Heffalump or a Woozle comes in so he can like shoot them. I don't know. I have no clue, but there is a massive rifle. It's so funny.
Is it in the old? Are they being accurate to the book?
It has to be. It's so funny though.
Maybe like Christopher Robin has like an old BB gun that looks it looks like but you're not aiming that at tourists on a ride.
Right.
You're not aiming that mounted fort rifle that fires at tourists. What?
Oh, he does have a rifle. But it looks to be in the cartoon, it looks to be like a pop gun. Like it has like a little orange thing that spits out.
Yeah. Maybe your pop is just hanging at the side. You have to look next time. Yeah, it's a pop. That makes more sense. It's the old-fashioned 1950s style with the string and the pop, the cork gun. Okay.
Well, I didn't notice that in the ride. It just looks like a giant Glock.
Oh yeah, he's walking around with it. He's all tired. That's the cutest picture you just sent me. I miss the good old days when our stuffed bears could walk around with a rifle and. All right, I have to cut most of this out.
Moving on. When are we getting to this fifth gate?
Oh yeah, let's just talk real briefly.
Briefly.
We if it happens and a fifth gate opens, I'm gonna say we broke the news on ParkTalk. I'm gonna show a clip where and I'll edit the clip well so it doesn't include the parts where we say it's never gonna happen. So we'll pretend that we knew all along. But we
should make the clip right now. Make it right now. Wow, a fifth gate is going to happen. Yeah.
Oh, right now? No, but the clip we did, how many months ago was that? That was a while ago. That was our first time doing the thing that we do, that we do every 3 months. The hubbub started up again because it's not even the Reedy Creek, whatever it's called anymore. I don't even know what it's called. The tourism, what is it called?
I don't know. They changed it though, didn't they?
Yeah, they changed it. They had to change it on all the trash cans at Disney Springs. The Reedy Creek Improvement District is now called blah. I can't remember. Anyway, what used to be called the Reedy Creek Improvement District puts out its annual report or whatever. And it's this is now the 2045 plan. This is the plan for the land use through 2045. And they have to put essentially what they might do. And the last 10 years, this same plan, it has not changed, says, and we have room for a fifth theme park if we so choose to build one. And I don't know why it's news this time. Okay, I do know why. It's because Epic Universe. But people are really believing that it's happening now, that they're building a fifth gate. And as Scott Gustin points out, as everyone points out, this is since 2010, the report, it's 15 years. The report's always said this. And even as he points out, it would be 10 years before they can even build it because the way that it's they have to announce it in advance. And I even joked on Twitter that they'll announce a fifth gate in 9 years from now. Because I don't think they have a plan now. As they said when I went to that media event, they have enough stuff planned over the next 10 years to fill a whole theme park with new rides, but at their existing parks.
Right.
They're still fixing all of their parks currently. They're bringing all of their parks up to code, up to good. They have some spots that need some replacements. Either they're 48 years outdated or maybe they're leaking under into the utilidors and they want to get rid of that lake. They got some issues they got to take care of. And some dead spots they want to replace, like Animation Courtyard, hopefully. So maybe in 9 years they'll announce a park. I don't know. Or maybe in 3 days when we post this podcast, they'll announce a park.
Yeah, I also just like think that logistically, there's not enough Imagineers. There's not enough talent with the amount of people that have to work on Abu Dhabi now. It's like you're really and all the projects that are already in the works and slated for Walt Disney World, Disneyland. We haven't even talked about Disneyland. I mean,
Oh,
Avatar,
I know.
Coco, all of that.
Coco.
And then now they have to send all those Imagineers to start working on Abu Dhabi. It's like I don't know if there's even enough resources or people to work on a fifth theme park for Florida right now. That's my personal thought.
Well, what do you think about Universal opening like a handful of Halloween Horror Nights, like satellite franchises?
I
Like they announced the one in Chicago now. Like they're having to send their creative people over too. And they have a park in the UK they're developing, and they have, expansions to their existing parks and new rides coming to Hollywood, and maybe a second park in Beijing. Like they're also spreading themselves thin.
Well, I think that like the same team who's working on whatever's happening in Vegas is just going to move locations and do the next one and do the next one. I don't know if they're, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
it's the same satellite team.
It's the same satellite team, and they're just like, all right, you're done with Vegas now. Let's head on over to Chicago, which Vegas construction wise is so far along that like I see them sort of turning it over to operations sooner than we think.
Oh yeah, the guy who plays Jack the Clown just visited today, and he said
I
wow,
saw.
like he just saw the inside. So like, yeah, I think it's like done in there, and they're probably they design Halloween, they design 10 different houses every year for 2 different parks. So yeah, okay, maybe it's not that big a deal.
And it really,
and the kids park is mostly off the shelf rides, so they don't have to design rides.
Everything
just
is off the shelf, literally.
So just the placemaking is really what they're designing. Okay.
And a lot of that has already been designed. Like the hard part's already been done for that one first park that they can easily just like go to those same vendors and say, all right, like another round, please. Like make us another round of these same ride vehicles that have already been designed. So, I don't think that it's as
like a whole new theme park in Abu Dhabi, which is indoors, so you can't just clone everything. It has to be purpose-built for the space.
And purpose-built for the people
culture
too, for the culture.
When Disney does that too, more than anyone else, when they go to a different country, they do research. They do they do their work. So yeah, I get what you're saying. See, I'm thinking like you just take 1 or 2 important existing Imagineers and you have them head the project, and then they hire new people. Like I always think like it's not that big a deal. You just like shave off a small piece of the big Imagineering, and they get their own people when they get there. It's not like they're going to send all of their Imagineers to there, because then they'd have none over here, right? Right?
From my experience of having friends who are in the industry in Imagineering, how it works or what it's been explained to me is that they send an entire team from America to head in whatever country that they're working on. And then they find the labor, like the artists from that region, and they hire those people to get like the nitty gritty done. But really there is a giant team from America.
So the design and development has to be the core team.
The core team is that. And those people are actually, like I have a friend, Steve, who did everything for Disneyland Paris, and he was shipped out there and he had to live there for months and months and months doing the whole park. And, he's there doing things, but also there's a bunch of artisans below him who he's kind of like leading. And he's, kind of like assigning them all to their own little corners, and everyone's doing a little bit of everything. But there is a giant team that does have to get shipped over.
Now, here's where things... I don't want to say corners are being cut, but there is ways to work smarter, not harder. The door coaster was already designed. And they had to change the exterior of the building and the layout to match this new, which by the way, did you see the permit that Blog Mickey posted?
No.
I went to go get it, and they had password protected the site after that went up. So now there's no one's going to be able to get that post. But yeah, I noticed that it looks like there's going to be an access road, the ring road around the park. It looks like it's going to go through the building, so you can still like a tunnel or overpass, kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy, whatever it's called, Cosmic Rewind.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the ride's going to pass over the road. I think the queue is, because that building is longer than I was expecting it to be. But anyway, that coaster layout and design, and even the off the shelf design, like the type of coaster they're using from, I assume, Vekoma, it was already designed like 20 years ago, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And they were going to build it out of like a Pixar area over where Toy Story Land is now. So like that saves them a ton of work, at least on the ride design. So you can just worry about like placemaking for the land, and then they still have to come up with a show. If they clone Shanghai Zootopia over an Animation Courtyard, then they just have to reorganize all the bits. They already have them pre-designed. They just have to reorganize it into that space. Like, I think that saves them. It's more engineering and not imagineering, if you know what I mean.
Right. 100%.
So I guess if you keep doing things like that, Cars is a purpose built from scratch. You know, Coco is too, but I feel like it's going to be small. I feel like they're cloning the boat ride from Pandora over here.
Yeah, I was literally just going to say, I was like, I feel like it is going to be the exact same layout as Navi River Journey and the same vibe, but just different placemaking, obviously.
Right. I think it's a small boat ride, and you know, they'll have to design all of the creative elements, but at least the ride system doesn't take any time. Like, that's already done, and they already have the layout in their, you know, repertoire. So I mean, who knows what the Avatar ride will be. But I also don't foresee that being a giant land the way that ours is here in Florida.
Yeah.
So
and
most
I
of the
think
time
that
will be on the ride.
They can get away with, you know, having the low capacity of Navi River Journey for the Coco ride, because DCA in general just is so high capacity. I mean, like, their attractions eat people, like, and not like devour people. In Credicoaster, I mean, Little Mermaid, like, so many different attractions that just suck up so many people that they can afford to have one of those stupid little basket boats. That's it, like 4 people.
But like, Incredicoaster is like rethemed coaster outdoors with static figures, right? Like, it's not
right.
It's not like, to me, a tiny Coco boat ride is the e-ticket for Pixar Pier. Like, if you ask me, like, finally something good. And I know it's not like a giant e-ticket ride, but to me, that's the best thing in that land.
Yeah, I also, just in general, I just love a slow-moving dark ride that no matter what you do, if it's a slow-moving dark ride, the slow-moving dark ride is going to be the e-ticket for me.
Right, even if it's the smaller attraction, right?
Right. Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. So yeah, they might be spreading themselves thin, but they're probably like at the cusp of just like breaking their britches. Like, there's no way they can add a fifth gate on top of all of this. If a fifth gate was to come, and this is what I did want to talk about, if a fifth gate was to come, I think they would cancel Villains Land at Magic Kingdom, because that's too much. That's something being developed from scratch. And like Universal has done twice now, that should be anchoring a new theme park. Like, I'm used to, in the 90s, they took Jurassic Park that they were putting into Universal Studios Florida, and they plopped it over to their new theme park for Islands of Adventure to anchor that, because it's too good for the other park. And Super Nintendo World is too big a draw for that park. Again, poor Universal Studios Florida, always getting shafted for new theme parks. So they plopped it over to Epic Universe. I think Villains Land, and again, the back of Magic Kingdom, like, Magic Kingdom's already a stacked park. It's like, Villains Land is already such a huge draw, that becomes an anchor for a fifth gate. And that way you don't have to worry about losing all the time and effort from that project. You just move it to the new project.
I was going to ask you, I don't know if you would know this, or I don't know if anyone sort of like, any one of you nerds out there has done the math, because I love it when people sort of like map out the acres of things. How many acres are we thinking for Villains? Like, are we thinking 12 acres? Are we thinking 14? Like, more Cars Land or more, Galaxy's Edge?
I knew this. No, 14 sounds right. I don't have it off the top of my head. And I think bigger than we think, because it stretches all the way from behind Big Thunder Mountain to behind Mansion. So like, it's kind of long. It's like New Fantasyland sized. Like, it's not tiny. Cars actually look small to me. Like, the Cars area being the river and Tom Sawyer Island is still not that big because of all the pathways and the new river they're building.
Right.
Like, it's not going to be that much. It's all just one ride with a teeny ride. Whereas the Villains Land is big enough. Oh, they did confirm Villains Land is 2 attractions, by the way.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, there's a sentence that they officially revealed that it will be 2 all new attractions at Villains Land.
But doesn't that space have to be shared with other projects, like the whole like Coco coming into Frontierland thing? Like, isn't that a part of that space as well?
No, if that was to ever happen, which it's totally not, that would be on the left side of Big Thunder Mountain.
Oh, got it.
which is
Okay.
where they're doing the drainage right now, the temporary drainage situation, which they're laying down the sediment right now. You can see in BioReconstruct's pictures, like that area, the staging area for these projects could be a future expansion, but I never see it happening. That's the Beyond Big Thunder Mountain, like, because it's behind the attraction. This is like to the right of Big Thunder Mountain.
And
Like,
what
if you're
and
looking at it.
the thing that you just mentioned, that is not the same area as like the proposed like Adventureland extension Moana situation. That's
No,
not
that's
that
more
space.
south. That's more. That's
Damn.
more.
Oh my
Yeah, that's
god, y'all
separate
got
too.
space. Oh my god.
Well, it's swampland, but there is technically space. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
The Fire Mountain Moana possible expansion that will never happen also because it's cursed ever since 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea closed. That would go behind Pirates on the other side of the berm.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Very interesting.
It's funny because the things that have been rumored forever and even the things they kind of almost announced are the things they're not doing. They're doing something we never saw coming, which is like a Cars ride taking over Tom Sawyer Island. Like,
Yeah.
we were so worried about what's beyond Big Thunder Mountain, we didn't think about what's in front of it. So I think it's hilarious. They just really wanted a pathway to villains. That's all this is. It's an elaborate pathway to villains, and I'm here for it. I'm here for walkable cities.
Yeah, I'm here for some good flow. I will say that I do think that the pressure is so high that I really do think it's going to look incredible. Especially with the new sort of like concept art with all the different like mountains and the terrain and how there's still water, and they're emphasizing cascading waterfalls, which I am a huge waterfall person. Like if there's moving water in any land, sign me up. So I think it's going to be delicious, and it almost, I don't know if you got this vibe. Did you feel like it feels like they're hiding the Cars theme behind like beautiful scenic elements? Like they're trying to have it like hide behind the mountains?
It kind of, yeah. Yeah. They're in this weird mode where they want to be so perfect to the other placemaking that they do it at the detriment of their own attractions. Like,
Yeah.
I do think they tried so hard to squash the mountain for Splash Mountain to make a more realistic salt mine that like they in Magic Kingdom anyway, Tiana's bio adventure blends away into the background by design. Like they took away what was iconic and they made it kind of blend away when you're looking at a distance to make the placemaking for Frontierland feel more realistic, which is like a weird thing to do when you have like talking animals in this park and stuff. Like the centerpiece for Frontierland is like the Country Bear Jamboree singing Aladdin. Like, I don't think you need to try that hard, Disney. And they're doing the same thing with this, where like the Piston Peak is the tallest point to block the ride, and that the river and the waterfalls and stuff is not facing out on the Country Bear side, and then the park area, the like state park, national park area is facing toward Villains Land, so you get the cartoony elements on the inside.
Yeah, they need to bring back weenies. Like, why is everyone afraid of a weenie these days? Like, the old
Piston
Splash Mountain was...
Piston Peak's probably going to be a weenie. I just think it's more natural on one side and cartoony on the other side by design. I think that's what they're going for. So depending on what angle you're coming at it. If you're coming at it from Mansion, you're going to get more cartoony. If you're coming at it from Country Bears, you're going to get realistic waterfalls. That's my take.
But regardless, Tiana's will still be invisible. Thank you very much.
It completely like just hidden behind one giant cypress tree, like just the swamp in the background, a forgotten and a water tower.
It's kind of crazy that like
tower.
Without that like little peaky like tree something at the top, the drop just looks so much smaller. It's like kind of crazy like how that just works on the human eye. Like it just looks
because
like so
also
less
it goes
intimidating.
lower than the bridge, so like at bridge level it looks really small now. And it is amazing how illusions like that work. That 15-foot tree was doing a lot of heavy lifting apparently.
A lot. And if they would have done what they were originally planning, where it was going to be even taller with like the whole Mama Odie boat situation, it would have looked insane.
And it would have been like eye-catching from across the park.
Agreed.
Amazing. To their own detriment. They've gone too realistic in there. And I hope Villains Land is the exact opposite, where they just go completely off the walls, whimsical. I want whimsy. I miss whimsy. I want Disney whimsy.
I'm very curious if they'll treat villains like they did with our Galaxy's Edge, where they obviously knew that the mountain peaks of Galaxy's Edge were gonna be prominent within Disneyland proper. And like even the way that they painted our Galaxy's Edge versus the paint colors that they used for your Galaxy's Edge, they went more alien for you guys and they went more realistic for us because they just didn't want it to be too distracting while you're in Frontierland or while you're in, Fantasyland.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see if they sort of tone it down for villains because they don't want it to look too jarring while you're in the classic Magic Kingdom ambiance.
It doesn't even make sense. Magic Kingdom is it should be the most whimsical. It should be the most
Agreed.
off the wall and cartoony. Meanwhile, I'm worried about Monstropolis. Like it's gonna look just like just New York. It's just gonna look like New York. Like there's gonna be it's kind of the Paris area and Epic Universe problem where they tried to theme park it up so it's not too boring, but just painting a bunch of wizarding adverts on the walls does not make it not just Paris still.
I know.
Monstropolis painting some eyeballs on the walls doesn't make it necessarily whimsical. It's just still a city.
Yeah.
So I want whimsy.
Yeah.
Bring back whimsy.
Bring back whimsy. Bring back
Disney.
whimsy.
All right.
And weenies.
This has been a fun episode. We have no concrete information. It's all just opinions. This is Park Talk. Thank you all for listeing. I don't know. Do we have an ending? Oh, we're gonna talk about Disneyland in a few weeks.
Oh yes, we are, because I have a bunch of 70th stuff to do. I am actually going to be there on Disneyland's birthday on July 17th, and I think I'm gonna be dining at Club 33. So that's very exciting.
You make dining with Walt Disney's ghost. You're gonna see an animatronic reanimation of Walt Disney himself.
I am doing the damn thing. We will see what happens, but that will make for a fabulous birthday 70th episode. I'm very excited. Very excited with the iconic Carly Wiesel.
Oh, and I will have written test tracks so I can give my actual in-person opinion in a few weeks. So check us back on Park Talk with Alicia and Naynay. Thank you all for listening. Goodbye.
Bye.